Hello and welcome back to GeoGuessr, but in The Sims 3. Here is the now actualized map from last episode where I put in Roaring Heights and the other world, and it's slowly taking shape, which is very nice, and I want to continue this. The next world we're looking at is Pleasantview, and it's in an edited world of Hylewood by Nilxis. And again, this is the third time that I'm looking at Hylewood, but I tried to not use as many Hylewood saves, but this in particular I wanted to use because of the detail that was put into the Sims that are living here. Like here we have the Goth household. I think it is the Sims 2 timeline because Bella Goth already is gone. She isn't even in the family tree, and Cassandra is already married. Oh no, she's just engaged to Don Lothario, but the whole town is just Sims from the Sims 3. Here we have the Calientes, Kalen Langarak, Don Lothario, and most of the Agnes Crumplebottom, the Pleasants, the Dreamers, and the Baroque household. There are not a lot of people in this town. This part of town is just community lots. But I never played The Sims 2 and I'm kind of a bit too lazy to jump through all the hoops to get it on my PC. And also, I think I will still prefer The Sims 3 over The Sims 2 because I just love the building system of The Sims 3 so much. And I've seen Let's Plays by, for example, a cotton sock of The Sims 2, and it always looked very interesting to me. But my main point why I love The Sims 3 so much is because of the incredible building possibilities, like building your own world, being able to place down lots anywhere you want and just edit the world. Like, the edit world tool is not as powerful as when you use create a world, but still you're able to just take out trees and put other decorations down still. And this is just why I love The Sims 3 so much. So I thought this is the perfect way to also get a bit of the Sims 2 feeling in The Sims 3. And I think also that it's very well done. And all of the relationships are already in there for you to play. And also I have to say that the Sims look really good. I had to install a fair share of CC for this world, mostly like CAS CC, not a lot of buy and build CC. But I'm always happy to find new great CC, so these Sims look very realistic and nice, so I'm happy that I now also got DCC. For placing down the world on a map, I googled a little bit and it told me that Pleasantview is supposed to be in California. And I already have a lot of Californian world, but there will be even more to come, I guess. So I will still put it in California if Google tells me to. But as it is a Hylewood save file, it is not looking very Southern Californian, especially as there are no palm trees anywhere near. So I will go a bit more up here. Okay, from the nature, it is looking similar, but with these places, there are not a lot of pictures of buildings. I do not necessarily want to put it near a coast because there are so many coastal cities already. Okay, that's a bit creepy. Huh. There are just not a lot of buildings here or pictures. Okay, here we have at least a few buildings, but I think I'm okay with this area around here, so I'm just going to use this link for Pleasantview. It's a tiny world, as you've seen. And for the next world, we're going to look at its Pleasantville by Boring Bones. So this is Pleasantville. It's also quite tiny, and it is kind of like the InZoi map, so there's just a clean edge around, no distant terra, which is something I do not like that much, but I researched a lot about how to make distant terra and looked at a few tutorials on Tumblr, and it seems to be very hard, at least for someone who has no idea about these things. So I understand totally that making a custom distant terra is just a bit too much, and Boring Bones does a lot of very fabulous worlds in very short times, so I can understand that he doesn't want to get into making distant terra as well for all of the worlds he does. I really like his building style, and as this is a small world, I still wanted to use it even though there is no distant terra. And if you're zoomed in with your Sims, I don't think that it is too bothering because there are still these hills in the back that kind of hide the edge. And just here, if you're playing in one of these houses, it may be a bit weird, but I also could just be completely wrong and I just didn't install the distant terra that was coming with this world. But I think when I saw CJ reviewing it, there was also no distant terra with it. But yeah, I really love how the buildings look. Unfortunately, I think none of them are furnished, but I think CJ also did a few furnishings for these builds that you could download. But also, as this world is very small, I think it could be a nice project to furnish it, especially if you like heavy CC builds, as the size of world is probably okay to heavily decorate, in my opinion, at least with my PC. For the placement of the world, I'm quite unsure. What is this building here in the back? Ah, okay, it's the military basement. I think there are no actual rabbit hole shells that he used. He built all of the buildings himself. Unfortunately, there is not really a road going up here, but Sims could probably walk up there. From the architectural style, I'm also not sure where I would put this. Could probably be anywhere in the US. I'm going to look around on Google Maps for a bit. For now, the middle of the US is not very heavily used in Sims world, so maybe I could put it somewhere there to fill the void here in the middle. For that, I maybe will use my cheat sheet again and try to find something that is a bit similar. I don't think the mountains are too high. But it's pretty greenish. North Dakota, maybe? Like this looks a bit like it. From the architecture, it also could fit quite well. I just have to find North Dakota up here and maybe go into a bit of a smaller town. Again, no picture. This is always annoying. Okay, I go into a little bit of a bigger town. Okay, with this building looks quite similar, but as this is obviously a bit of a bigger town, the buildings also are bigger than we have here in Pleasantville. Okay, here are at least some pictures. This big cow seems to be quite popular. Okay, this looks really crazy, but also kind of cool. I understand that people want to take pictures with this cow. Okay, but I think the place looks similar enough for me. I'm here in New Salem, so I'm going to take this link and use it for Pleasantville, and I see if I already have I already have North Dakota. So that's it with Pleasantville, and now we get into Abandoned Town. Okay, so I just loaded into Abandoned Town and I didn't expect it to be this small. I kind of forgot. I think it's funny that they made the road cross through the water as if there was a kind of a landslide. But for there's even a fish swimming on the road. Like for the Sims 3 cars, it should not be a problem. It's very detailed. I like how they put the fence down here, and obviously I have to mention that this is not a world you would probably normally play in. I wanted to download it for my zombie challenge, for using it at some point, and have it just in my map to also make a kind of roadmap where I want them to go. Oh, crazy. This looks like it's a tent and this red person is living in there. I didn't expect it to be populated, so I put down my own household and then realized there is actually households living here. So that's also cool. And yeah, I think that's all there is to look at. I like how this river is crossing through the town. Obviously, it's also without any distant terra, but it is supposed to be an island, I guess. And I like how this area here is done. This is supposed to be a point for fishing, but I do not see any water here though. Maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, but I think this would be a cute world for a stop in the zombie challenge, so I'm going to put it into my map with a different color of pointer to see the rundown worlds, because I have some of them that we are going to look at later. For placing it on the map, did I put in a state? No, I did just call it Apocalypse for now. It looks a bit more like it's in the north because of all the fir and pine trees. I want to put it more onto the south coast or more into the center. I'm quite unsure. This is more of a deserty area all over here, so Maybe it would fit a bit like close to the desert areas, as it is also not too green. Maybe here in this area. It already looks quite similar. All the geoguessing has paid off. I have now kind of a feel to how the US looks like, I guess. Okay, this is more rocky than I would want it to be for that world. Okay, there are fir trees in the back, so I think I will go with this area. This is in Montana, cold strip, and I will just go with that. I'm unsure if I maybe will change that later for storytelling purposes in the zombie challenge, but for now I will put it down here. The next world we're going to look at is Kid Island, another very small world, but in my opinion this is a real gem in the Sims 3 custom world. These places are furnished, but as you can see there are a lot of empty lots you could build onto and kind of give this place your own twist, especially again for heavy CC worlds. I always appreciate putting down different textures for the street than the default one in CAS. I also think there is no use of the rabbit hole shells from EA, which is also always nice. The area where you kind of imagine you arrive at the island has this boat here, which I think is really interesting. It's a building, but it's supposed to look like a boat, and there you have a port and some other buildings. As it seems this is all one lot, but it kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing with a proper entrance to the world. Then you go up this hill and there are the first houses, which are done very beautifully. These are two places that are conjoined, and this is probably another community lot. They're all empty, but it seems to be a flower shop. And here we have the diner. Okay, so there is one of the EA shells, but to be honest, this is probably the only way you can get this diner look by using the shell. So it's understandable that it was used. And here even more community buildings done very nicely. And just the whole world is done with an eye to detail, which is always greatly appreciated. And I always like when there are a few spaces where I could do my own buildings, because this is probably the thing I like the most about Sims 3, which is building. So this is also nice with this world, and as this is so small, it is again a thing that you could do as a little project that is not too overwhelming because of its size. So really a cute small world. For putting it onto the map, I chose New Jersey, which is, I think, here? New Jersey, near New York maybe? Princeton, isn't this where the universities? Oh, okay, these buildings have a very special... Is this Tudor, or how it is called in English? In German we just call it Fachwerk, but I do not know what the English word for it is. I'm unsure about the New Jersey call for these buildings. I think probably because of the cornices. Like this building I can understand, but with this I'm unsure. I don't know. I have to admit that I really hate this wallpaper. I always hated it in The Sims 3. Probably because it just looks so rough and old. But maybe it's actually quite realistic. I don't know. I never was to the US. Yeah, okay. Because of all the brick buildings, I can't understand why I chose New Jersey. So I'm still taking a bit of a look around. Oh, there's only this one picture. New Jersey's just this little part here, as it seems. Oh, okay, maybe around here. These houses look similar, at least the houses that I was able to see. Ooh, okay, interesting cinema. Where was I? In Wineland? Let's go. Okay. Okay, I don't think that this is the area I want to go because it seems like there are just a lot of businesses. I want to see more of the residential places. Oh, I guess this could be a good fit. I do not see that many brick buildings, but at least from the trees. Oh, there are the brick buildings I was looking for. Here is a bit of brick. Oh, there are a lot of brick houses. Okay, so I think I will go with this place. Vineland? I don't know. Copy link, and I put it into Kid Island, and I'm done with Kid Island. And the last world I'm going to look at today is Pinewood Island. This is Pinewood Island by Nilxis. It is part of a pack of 3 vacation worlds that are really tiny. So as you can see, there are only 3 lots on it, and this is actually a base camp. I had to change the lot type so I could put down a household to show it to you. It is a very pretty lodge with this cute detail with wood here, and you can go fishing. There is this dock, and as you already can see, it is a world based on Canada, which is always appreciated when the world already has a place that is very specific to put it in. It has also here these tents in the back, some areas to barbecue, have a fire, even more fishing, and then you can go here into this remote area to also do some fishing. And yeah, that's probably everything you can do, but for a little camping trip with the family, I think this world is perfect. There are a lot of beds in this build, even though I don't think that it will ever be this populated. I haven't played with the traveling tool for a long while now because I'm still fixing up my game. So I can't remember how many other vacationers there are if you go on vacation with your family, but I don't think this place will ever be completely filled up, so you have a free choose in what bedroom you want. Oh, and there's even a cellar. Oh yeah, okay, so there's a place you can eat. Very cozy, very cute. So yeah, this is it. And for placing it on the map, did I already put it Canada? I just put in Canada. Okay. I'm not that good with Canadian geoguessing, so maybe I will go onto this little island here. Not even... I don't think that you can call this island little, but I think this could maybe be a good fit for some remote fishing island. Maybe more on this place. This is more rocky, like Pinewood Island. Actually, I think I will just stick with this area here because it's quite beautiful. So I will just put in this link and be done with it. So this is actually already the end of the video. This video we looked at a lot of smaller worlds, but I think especially for not so powerful PCs this is a good way you can play longer legacies and just have a more long-lasting gameplay before it eventually starts to get laggy or you get an error code. So I always appreciate small worlds, and I hope you enjoyed me showing it to you. And as always, please tell me if you have a better fit for any of the worlds I looked at. And thank you a lot for watching this video. I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!